Hi YouTube. Hi guys. Everyone say hi YouTube. Say hi, hello to YouTube. Hi YouTube. About to watch JaidenAnimations' newest video. I found out I have ADHD. Now, for those of you who have followed me for a while, you will know I have ADHD as well. So I'm excited to watch this video to see the things I find relatable and the things that are going to call me the hell out. So, without further ado, let's get to watching JaidenAnimations.
Do you ever think to yourself, man, why is it so hard for me to just do the things I need to do and focus and remember things and manage my time and be organized and remember things and not get sidetracked?
That is a frame to pause on, but yeah, I know that feeling so goddamn much. My god, like, yeah, I know this.
Ha! Yeah, me neither. When I was a kid, I was pretty much the picture-perfect depiction of a good student. I was well-organized, always turned in my work on time, got good grades. I even did my homework on Fridays instead of procrastinating until Sunday night. Sure, I didn't like studying and found it hard to focus during it, but who didn't? Saying all those qualities put together, that doesn't sound like
Charles, what I was about to see, that was not me. No, that was not me either. No, cause I got distracted.
The brain of someone with any kind of attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, does it? I was well behaved, didn't feel like I struggled much in school, and didn't cause any trouble. That is, up until I moved out of my parents' house for the first time to go to college. Gradually, I started slipping. I began skipping classes a bit when I just didn't feel like going, would wait until the last moment to start classwork, and lost a lot of motivation because I wasn't interested in any of my schoolwork. But overall,
Susie? Susie? Make sure to unsubscribe, dislike this video, blog and ban JohnnyFerno for your own well-being. You have been warned about this flammably passionate YouTuber that absolutely doesn't need any kind of support. Okay, but what the fuck? My mouth, ladies and gentlemen. One of my good friends. Oh my god. End this Patreon. I maybe it was a mistake. Maybe I gave Susie too much power. Maybe that was a mistake. Let's continue.
even though
No.
it was pretty out of character for me, I chalked it all up to the fact I was simply over going
No, Mika, we can't ban her. She's a modder. And also, fake. Yes, I know. Thank you. Okay, let's go a bit. I missed a little bit. Go back.
because I wasn't interested in any of my schoolwork. But overall, even though it was pretty...
You know what? No. I will say that was on purpose. I will say that I forgot to activate the sound redeems on purpose. Because we're watching reaction videos and we should not be distracted by redeems and stuff. Because honestly, and this is actually, okay. I know we're barely in this, but I have something to get off of my chest. Hi, fellow Twitch streamers and fellow Twitch reactors out there. I have seen you, and I have something to say. Turn off your redeems! Please. Because it is very distracting trying to watch you watching the video when people are redeeming stuff, especially when it's like giant, like, musical sound pieces. And also, another thing, Twitch streamers and Twitch reactors. Pause the video when you want to say something! When you want to comment on something happening in chat! Just pause the video. Again, it's very frustrating. As an avid viewer of reactioners, my god! Oh, fuck! I don't know. Like, I don't know how many times I've seen this happening, where people are watching a video and they begin on they take one topic from the video, begin talking about it, and then like someone in chat something else related to it, and there's this it goes into a completely other conversation, which I'm fine with, except that they're still late in the video go. Just pause it, talk about it, then start watching again. Why? Why do people keep doing this? Alright. We're only about 1 minute into this video. Go back. And again, on purpose, I'm gonna leave the redeems off on purpose to not get distracted. Like, we're here to watch a video. Let's watch a video.
I wasn't interested in any of my schoolwork. But overall, even though it was pretty out of character for me, I chalked it all up to the fact I was simply over going to school. At the same time, my YouTube was really kicking off, and all I wanted to do was that. Of course, I wasn't gonna be as good of a student when the silly YouTube videos were doing numbers. I finished a single year of college and convinced my parents to let me take a gap year to see where this YouTube thing can take me. Spoiler alert, the gap year turned into me never going back. I'm a college dropout. So great, I've eliminated the boring school part of my life that weighs me down. Now I can go back.
Mods, highlight this and share it everywhere. Oh god, oh god. Oh god, now I just see that clip, the clip of me going like that, like going out on Twitter, and oh no. Oh no, I don't know if I'm ready for that. Also, pausing the video is basically a requirement for reaction videos in my opinion. Yes, Charizard. Yes. Okay. Focus on the video.
Back to being organized with my new exciting passion job, which entails being my own boss and having to manage and assign myself all of my own responsibilities 24/7.
Indeed.
Why are the voices not getting quieter? It's almost like everything...
Why are the voices not getting quieter? Why are the voices not going away?
was going backwards. I was having a much harder time staying organized and focused. If I didn't want to do a certain type of work, I would have to shackle myself down in basically an isolation chamber to be able to get it done. If I found a new interest, it was all I could think about. And why is it so easy to suddenly be on your roof watching a YouTube video on how to know when you need new shingles? I really didn't get it. Child me had it held together more than current me. What went wrong? I could look back and recognize how everything used to be so perfect and easy. Look at tiny Jaiden and all her ducks in that row. I used to color code every single binder I owned, and now I don't even know where I placed the 20 bucks I literally just had in my hand 3 minutes ago. I haven't even left the room. Genuinely, where could it f***ing go? Despite feeling like I was downward spiraling for multiple years, I never suspected it could be something related to a genetic neurodevelopmental disorder. I just thought I wasn't trying hard enough and
oh god. Oh, that is a train of thought that is dangerous to jump onto. The whole, like, I can't have this thing. I'm just not trying hard enough. I'm just not doing enough. That is such a dangerous train to jump onto. Really dangerous. Because then it can lead to self-deprecation and stuff. Which is not fun. Talking from experience. But yeah, like, looking back at younger me, I do also see a difference. Because, like, younger me used to be so much more, like, again, like, so much more passionate and so much quicker to do stuff. Like, for instance, I want to be a voice actor. I want to audition for projects and stuff. Younger me was so much quicker to just jump, right onto an audition and put myself in there. He was so much more quick and passionate to do that than I am nowadays. Now, I could make you the argument that, well, I am an adult now, and thus having adult things, drains my time and mental energy. Yeah, sure, but still, I wish I still had that passionate energy that I had back then. I don't know where it went. I would like it back, please.
being lazy or applying myself like I used to.
Yes.
Oh, the woes of turning into an adult, I suppose. Maybe the best years of your life truly are in high school. How upsetting. I didn't even enjoy those either. But then one day I got a text from my brother. I got diagnosed with ADHD. It was a pretty big surprise for me because
I'm so okay. I know there are some people out there who get annoyed at people who pause too much, and I get that. I'm very sorry, but I have lots of things to say if you haven't noticed. I came into this world with, like, into the world of ADHD and autism and all this stuff with, as far as I can tell, a bit of an advantage. Because as far as I can tell, a lot of people didn't get diagnosed with, well, stuff like ADHD until they're, like, in their 20s or even in their 30s or rarely even in their 40s. Me, I got diagnosed with it when I was 6. Both of my parents are medical people, and they noticed that I did things and acted in certain ways, so they had me diagnosed and found out not only did I have ADHD, I also had Asperger's. Like, I'm on the spectrum, autistic. I'm autistic. So I just always knew that I had that, which apparently, as far as I can tell, not many people came out that way. Not many people grew up that. Many people had to find out, but me, I always knew. So it is always interesting when I hear people like, oh, I had no idea. But yeah, it's like, I don't know if that makes me a rare case or what. Like,
growing up, he never really seemed to show any of the typical symptoms you associate with ADHD. You know, people would always describe ADHD to me as super hyper kids who would run around the room and scream and generally be a lot. That wasn't my brother.
Yeah, exactly. That is the stereotype of people with ADHD, which is straight up wrong. It is a version. It can be some symptoms of ADHD, yes, but it is not at all. That is a single brick in the house of ADHD. A single brick.
He was quiet and well behaved like I was. But when he started explaining his symptoms, the gears started turning. Yeah, I've always struggled a lot with focusing in school and having things hold my attention when it's boring.
Yeah.
But like, I could hyperfixate on things I'm interested in and get really passionate about that stuff. Hearing him talk about his personal symptoms of ADHD made a lot of sense, and I felt very freshly educated on the topic. And you'd think that I would immediately start looking into getting a diagnosis for myself, because if you were paying attention, my brother's experiences all sounded very similar to the same struggles I've been having in my own life, but related to work instead of school, because I dropped out. But nope, I was just like, good for you, bro, happy for you. Or, I'm sorry, I don't know. Anyway, back to struggling to simply open up my drawing program as if 2 blocks of iron were welded to my wrists. Imbalance of brain chemicals? Nah.
Also, is it just me or is this just me or did, like, I guess I'll say the quality of the animation suddenly jump up a bit. There's a lot more movement suddenly, because JaidenAnimations is mostly just like static poses with some like movement and stuff, but now there's a lot of movement with all the lines and stuff. Am I just imagining that? Or is there actually, did it actually jump up in movement? Because my god. Yeah, I'm not the only one seeing it, right?
This just happens from time to time. It's normal. Just the laziness kicking in. I hate Mondays, am I right? Even though I didn't instantly think there was a possibility of me also having ADHD, the mental seed was planted.
Oh, shit. Yeah, my sis, who you met today, I met today, had a boyfriend at some point, and he also had ADHD, and he could eat so much if he didn't take his meds. One morning, he downed also an entire package of white bread. Oh, toast bread. Oh. And when I told my sister, she stormed down the stairs yelling at you to go take his meds at instant or she would send him back to Copenhagen. God damn.
It's genetic, so I knew subconsciously it ran in the bloodline. It took a few years after my brother was diagnosed for me to really sit down with myself and consider that I, too, could have ADHD. Shocking revelation, I know. Foreshadowing, where did you come from? Things in the focus and productivity department were just getting worse and worse. I had the attention span of a cartoon dog, would completely forget things as soon as they entered my head, would hyperfixate on random stuff like an addict, and there was constant civil war happening inside my head to get one thing done, even though I knew it would only take like 15 minutes. You don't understand. It feels like physical torture to make myself sit down and lip sync a simple scene, like most of the time. You know, the thing I've been doing for 10 years at this point and am definitely used to doing. And yeah, once I've gotten going, then I'm honed in and you have to pry me away from it with a crowbar. I'm aware of that part. But nah, I'm still gonna scrap with myself to plant my ass in that chair because I don't even know why at this point. The biggest thing holding me back from feeling like I had ADHD has always been the simple memory of being in school and having my shit together. I know what it feels like to be on top of things and to be organized. I had it all in the palm of my little child hand. I just needed to summon it again with a bit more effort. But a light switched off in my brain and suddenly I'm just not capable of the things I used to be, and it feels pathetic. Simple tasks are such a mental burden. It feels like I'm out of control. Pathetic. Simple tasks are such a mental burden.
Me porting this shot. I actually has like several other artists like helping on her video, so
and it feels like I'm out of control but can't do anything about it. So finally, I figured I would try and get myself diagnosed. What did I have to lose? If anything, they just tell me, no, you don't have ADHD. Try a little harder and stop complaining. And yes, of course it took me like 8 months after deciding to get diagnosed to schedule the actual appointment. What did you expect? That's like the first checkmark box on the ADHD list. I started seeing a psychologist and he would ask the typical, do you have a hard time focusing? And I'd go, yeah, like this one time yesterday, and then he writes something down as I continue rambling on this hyper-specific example way too long for a neurotypical person. I met with him for a few weeks and then it came down to diagnosis day. The nerves, man. I was so ready for him to say I'm a normal person who needs to suck it up. But instead, he was like, okay, so yeah, you definitely exhibit symptoms of someone with the inattentive type of ADHD. And autism. Yippee! My struggles are justified.
Wait, what did he just say?
ADHD. And autism. Yep.
To be honest, I kind of figured that. I believe the proper term for someone who has both is like AUDHD. Yippee!
My struggles are justified. I'm not crazy. Wait, what was that last part? He explained all the different ways ADHD affects me and the different areas I struggle with compared to others. He even gave me a 37-page document of his conclusions and information on how my brain works, with graphs and pictures. I've read through it all a bunch of times now, and it's already really helped me understand how I tick. I call them the autism docs, but I'm not gonna get into that side of the diagnosis. Let's just brush that one away for now. There's a couple types of ADHD you can have: hyperactive, inattentive, and combined, which is both hyperactive and inattentive. Hyperactive is the type people typically go to when they think of a loud kid who can't sit still. People with this kind normally need to fidget, have low patience, tend to talk a lot, and have trouble staying seated, especially when they're expected to, like in a meeting or school. Inattentive is the one where someone experiences difficulty in focus, memory, organization, has a
God, my memory issues is
low attention span. That's the one I have. It's self-explanatory, but
I never actually looked into that sort of stuff. But I guess in that I have combined, because I do like fidget. Like, I don't know if people notice, but sometimes I keep adjusting how I sit. I keep like sitting in weird ways. Whenever I'm like at a table dinner with my family, I can't sit still. I have to get up and do other stuff. But at the same time, I also have all the brain stuff. So I guess in this sense, I am combined. Help me.
But if you have the combined type of ADHD, then you got it all. ADHD jackpot right there, my friend. I brought up during the appointments that I used to be such a good kid in school with seemingly zero ADHD symptoms, and how that part has always confused me. And he had a couple hypotheses about it. One, since my mom has always been a big source of my organizational influence, I was able to depend and lean on her for the majority of my school life for it. I felt like I was naturally capable of staying on top of things because she was right behind me the whole time, reminding me and guiding me through stuff. So when I moved out, everything started crumbling, which lines up pretty perfectly to when I did start struggling. Another explanation he gave was the fact that ADHD affects women differently than men, which is also less researched. Love to hear that one. Not only do women tend to be able to mask their symptoms better than guys, so it goes much more unnoticed, but they also experience ADHD differently. And research says there's a chance it can just start affecting women later in life. I'm no ADHD scientist though, that's just what I've been told by specialists. Okay. I don't know, I've just got the dang thing. Either way, those two explanations make a lot of sense to me and have since put my weird ADHD imposter syndrome to rest. I didn't really think that getting a diagnosis would change much about how I go about my life, but since getting my ADHD certificate and lollipop, it's completely revolutionized how I think and go about getting things done. Yay. It's still hard to get my ass into gear when I need to do one normal thing that's not difficult, but really I'm much less hard on myself and will strike almost like these kinds of mental deals to loophole myself into getting things done. Like, for example, if I really don't want to edit a video, I'll say to myself, okay, I know it's gonna be super hard for me to immediately start that task, so I'll get myself into the mindset of getting things done by doing a simple other task I don't find difficult, like cleaning my room. That way, I'll feel productive and can transition that into tackling the original task much easier. It doesn't always work, but it's the mindset change and overall understanding that sometimes I'm gonna have to go about things in different ways.
Legitimately good way to do it.
Helped me a lot. Also, after being diagnosed with ADHD, I didn't have much desire to get medicated. I figured just knowing I have it would be enough to get things into gear, and I didn't really need medication that badly. But the content creator in me also thought, well, if I'm gonna write a script about having ADHD, it would be nice to be able to talk about what it's like to be medicated, even just for a day. So I got prescribed good old classic instant release Adderall. Instant release means I don't have to take it every day. I can just take it when I need to get stuff done. It affects me immediately and then wears off after a few hours. There's also extended release, which is the kind you take every day and gives you a constant steady stream of medication.
Yeah, I have the I basically have the extended release. Oh my god, how would you say this in English? Methylphenidate. Basically, I take this every morning and it works for like 12 hours.
It wasn't until I had the Adderall in my hands when I realized the idea of taking it for the first time made me nervous. Like, what is this thing gonna do to me? I have so many friends with ADHD, honestly a higher ratio than friends without it. That's how it goes in content creation. All these MFs have it. They were all telling me that it's awesome, how you'll take it and immediately feel like a god, and you can do anything and it's incredible. And yeah, that sounds—
I've never tried Adderall. Sometimes been curious to try it.
Sounds great, but also like, what the hell? What do you mean I take this little pill and suddenly all of my problems seemingly disappear and I gain superpowers? That's scary. That sounds like the thing every adult in a 20-mile radius warned us about when we were kids. Am I gonna feel like a completely different person? I don't know if I'm ready to experience immortality. I put off taking Adderall for so long because I was irrationally scared of the tiny blue pill, but coincidentally, I really needed to get a script done. If I take too long to write a video script, then the team runs out of work to do, and then I have a bunch of people sitting around and waiting for me to give them more work they can pay their bills and survive and stuff. But for the freaking life of me, I just could not get myself to sit down and write that script. My body and soul found it mentally easier to backflip off a bridge than write words on the computer. After literally 2 months of my brain going, ooh, you better write that script. I won't let you enjoy a single moment of your life if you aren't writing that script. I don't wanna. Get up, go to the bridge. After that constant loop, I finally swallowed my fears and took my first Adderall. I had talked to James a lot about what Adderall is like since he's been on it for a few years now. And after I took one, I was messaging him like, I did it. I ate an Adderall. How long does it normally take to start? How do I know? What do I do? And he was helping me a lot and giving me tips. Then, like 20 minutes later, I felt it. All the non-stop thoughts going on in my brain went silent. I could think clearly and in like a line. My mind wasn't racing a mile a minute. I was able to sit behind my laptop and write. It was incredible. I was messaging all my friends about it the entire time. I can write my script and not get distracted. I don't have to take a mental break every 10 minutes. I can remember things. Kelsey sent me a message and I thought, I'll check that in a bit. And I remembered to check it in a bit and respond. When I opened a new tab to look something up, I didn't go down a random unrelated rabbit hole. I picked up my phone to check something and didn't impulsively scroll Twitter for an hour. I can write words so easily. How am I doing this? What do you mean I can feel like this whenever I want if I just eat the tiny blue pill? I refuse to believe regular people can function like this on a day-to-day basis. No way. It wouldn't be fair. You guys don't have loud...
Sometimes I do fucking wonder how neurotypical people's brains work. The voices, man. The constantly screaming voices. Okay, it sounds really weird saying it that way, but I do want to say, I do remember the first time that I took my ADHD medicine all those years ago. And it had a very similar effect. Like, I could suddenly focus in school. While the teacher was up there talking, before that, I couldn't at all. My mind kept wandering all the other places. I kept looking at all other things. But then I took those meds for the first time, and I could listen. I could follow what they were saying. Now, nowadays, my mind is so, my body and brain is so used to this medicine that it's not as effective. Maybe it need a bigger doses or what. But I still get that feeling once in a while, and when it hits, golden. Absolutely fucking golden.
Non-stop voices in your heads preventing you from doing normal things? Come on, just admit it. You can't pick something up and immediately keep remembering what you were supposed to be doing with it. You always forget and feel crazy. Come on. Come on. I was so suspicious that on Adderall, either nothing would happen and I just wouldn't feel anything, or I would feel like I'm a totally different person experiencing some higher-than-life manic episode. But no, I just felt like myself, but with my shit together. And that's the part I couldn't believe. After 2 months of war, I finally was able to plant myself down and write my damn script. You wanna know what script I wrote while experiencing Adderall for the first time?
What?
This one. I was struggling to write a script about ADHD, and the thing that finally pulled it out of me was Adderall. You gotta admit that's funny. Yeah, it was great. I didn't think my head was loud before, or I was that impulsive, or had that hard of a time focusing. But now that I've been able to peacefully sit in one spot for hours and not need to take a break, or check social media, or get distracted by some stupid tangent I don't actually care about, yeah, this changes things. I still can't believe what I was able to accomplish. Writing a script in 3 hours. Compared to my typical 12 hours.
Damn!
AKA one mediocre thing with no struggle at all. And you want to know what I did right after I wrote this script? I immediately got up and cleaned the birds' room without rotting in bed for 3 hours beforehand. I just went from one task to another. Without thinking about it. All you neurotypical people must be thinking I'm literally pathetic and useless, but I know my ADHD brethren are out of their chairs right now hearing that. I'm not standing before you all to give you scientific data and information on ADHD, or diagnose you, or even promote prescribed drugs. I'm just here to talk about a big and recent experience in my life, how much of an impact and effect it's had on me, and how awesome feeling normal is. Seriously, being able to take a deep breath in mental silence is incredible. Cherish that feeling if you don't have a neurodevelopmental disorder. It took me 26 years to realize my woes were not actually woes. but symptoms of brain chemical deficiency. I'm writing this video, all things considered, pretty recently after being diagnosed, and I'm still trying to learn how to rebuild my life in a way that lets me optimize my productivity and get things done at a normal level. But so far, I've come so much further than I thought I could simply by knowing what's going on up there in the old noodle.
Yeah.
And Adderall. If you're on
Yeah.
the fence about being diagnosed with something, I get it. It's scary. It's scary to think you might have it, and it's also scary to think you might not have it. It's an odd place to be. But for me, having a concrete answer from a professional is what got me to finally stop feeling stuck in place and actually start moving forward again. It's been great. I'm excited to keep learning more things about how my mind works and find new ways to improve my day-to-day life. Cheers to getting normal shit done. In case you missed it, I have new merch. For a limited time, you can get yourself a new and improved Ari plush and a completely new soft Ari jacket. I love both of these products, and up until
that jacket actually looked pretty baller. It actually looked pretty good.
June 20.
Also, can I just say, like, all of the fucking fan art in these reels at the end? Holy shit, dude. They look so amazing.
Third, they could be all yours. If you miss it, you'll never know how fluffy and pillowy the jacket is. Oh, it's like a cloud. Or how cuddly and friend-shaped the plush is. Plus, it's a great way to support both me and the team while we continue to make animations for you. Check them out at JaidenAnimations.com. Thanks for watching the video, and good luck simply existing to all my ADHD brethren out there.
Doing my
I'm
best.
right there with you. I believe one day you'll respond to that message in your inbox. Hang in there.
Look, I didn't want to get called out. Why did you call me out right at the last goddamn second? God damn it. You're not good at doing Patrick Warburton. I know you tried to. This is the voice of a voice. I don't know what to do, buddy. Joke's on you, soldier. All the redeems are currently disabled. But yeah. Hey, Beta. Got a boy named Beta. I heard Krong uses artist name. The instant doesn't join for something. God damn it. Oh man. But yeah. ADHD, man. When the stars align and that hyperfocus helps you focus. When the brain does the braining? Oh, gorgeous. You can get so much shit done in a day. And just like, not even on purpose. But when the brain is not braining, when the voices keep yelling at you, it's a bad time. Susie, you're so... I'm not used to these sort of professional messages you're doing in the chat. But yeah. Honestly, it is, for me, it is sort of rare nowadays that I enjoy that complete mental silence. It is rare for me to do that nowadays. Maybe I just need a bigger doses of my meds. I have no idea. But either way, when that silence finally happens and you're allowed to just focus on the thing you want to do, it's an amazing feeling. I won't fire you, Susie. Don't worry about it. But yeah, this was a very, very, this was a great video. Like, again, for someone like me who knew that I had ADHD pretty much all my life, yeah. It's a really good video. Also, I can see another video that of Jaiden's that I haven't watched yet, but I want to watch at some point, her Hatsune Miku video. But we're here to move on. So yeah, this will basically be the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. For JaidenAnimations and ADHD video, Patreon people will be here. Say goodbye to YouTube, chat, and be ready to say hi again in a moment as we move on to the next video. So, yeah, it's the end. Bye. God damn. Alright, so now we're in the weird middle section, but yeah. Actually, another reason why I drink. Actually, fun fact is this is why I drink Monster, or just any sort of like energy drink. This doesn't get me hyper. Monster energy drink stuff, it doesn't get me hyper. It keeps me stable. To explain it, like imagine like okay, if this is like if this is the bottom line, and this is like hyperactivity, and here is like the middle point. This is where you're stable. Normal with with energy drinks, it gets you like up here in this section. All energy, all hyper, all that stuff. But and to be honest, it did sort of do that for me in the beginning. But nowadays, it just keeps me stable. It keeps me awake. It keeps me able to last longer in like social situations and stuff. So, yeah. It helps keeps me going. But not because it gives me more energy to go on, but because I don't know how else to say it, it keeps me stable. Artoria Pendragon Saberfate, that's its freaking name. Ah, defected guys, forgot you had a switch.